Hi guys, welcome back. And in the last class, we talked about numbers, we talked about integers, we talked about floats, we talked about basic operators, we talked about order of operations, we talked about increment and decrement, also shorthand operators, and a little on number functions. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about arrays. So just like in the last ways we've been declaring a variable, something like this variable name that we have KAYODE, and this is the data that is being assigned to this variable, and each time we echo this out or references is going to print out what this exact value. So what if we want to have should I say more than one data? That is, you want to have Coyote and then you also want to have another name assigned to this kind of variable. Do you understand? To this variable, you can make use of what array. So that is when array comes in. So in this case, there are three different types of array, which are index array, associative array, and multidimensional array. But in today's video, we are going to be talking more on index array. So yeah, like I've said, I've given you an intro to what an array is. So this is it. In index array, it's just like you are identifying each data in an array using an index format. So in this index array, there are two different ways of assigning an array. Generally, not only in this index array, there are two different ways you can what to declare an array. So it's this way. So we can have your variable name POPLE 1, and then you assign it. Each time you use this square bracket, it simply means that you are what declaring an array. So what are the values? We can input the values to be what? Let me say Femi. Yes, and then you separate them using a comma and then another quote for the second string, and then the next one is what? Let me give it K. So looking at this now, this is an array of three different strings. Do you understand? An array of three different strings that is being stored inside this variable people1. So another way of declaring a variable is, let me show you an example. Instead of using this equal sign, instead of using this square bracket this way, you can just declare it as an array, and then you put them inside what? A bracket, a curved bracket, and then you declare what's the data that you want to declare inside the variable. So with this, you've declared two different arrays now. So this is a variable name that has been assigned to this array, Femi, Bayo, and K. And then this is another one having still the same array, but it's just like the way we defined it was just different, but it still works the same way. So the reason why I place this under index array now is this. So if you want to reference just one of these, or just one of these inside this people one is just like a container having three different items in it, but they are of the same type. So if you want to reference one of it, that is the first one, in index you are representing this as 0, just like how I've explained in programming. So the numbering in programming, the first value or the first item you are trying to identify is always represented as what? 0. So if we want to print this out now, let me say echo, which is what we are familiar with, and then PEOPLE, the variable name people1. We will use this same square bracket and then the key. Do you understand now? So once I save this, and then let's try and echo it out. What do you see? Femi. So that means the key 0 here is identifying what? The first data in this variable, and the first data is what? Femi. So if we should change the number to what? To 3, to 2, what do you think is going to give us? Yeah, you guessed right, K. So K is the second, not really the second, it's actually the third, but it's represented as what? Number 2. So if you input something like 3 or 4 and save it, you see it's going to pop in an error. That is what? Unidentified array key 3. Okay, so don't try and exceed it. Another thing I would like you to know is this: we can't really echo out an array this way. So if you want to output everything here in that people one, can you see it's still giving me an error, array to string conversion on line 10. So that's the error on line 10. It can't really echo out all this data that are in this value, I mean in this variable people one. It can't echo it out that way. So the function we use in this case, instead of outputting instead of using the word echo, we use print underscore r. So print r what? It prints it in a readable format. So readable format in the sense that you use this curve the bracket, yes, and then you pass in the what, the variable name inside it. So that's the function, and this is what it does. It outputs everything in a readable format. So you can see it tells us what it is. It's an array, and then this is the numbering, that is the index, and then this is the key. I mean, this is the data assigned to this key value. Do you understand it now? So the first one is Femi, the second one is Bio, and then the third one is K. So it's printed it out what in a readable format. You can see human readable info about a variable. So that's how you can what output an array. Another thing you should know is this. What else? So let me try and declare another array to be ages. Yeah, since we'll be talking about string, so an array can also be in form of what, numbers, like 20, and then we have 30, and then we have 40, and then we can have 50. So let's stop here. So this can be an array also. This is an array of numbers. And then if we are to print it, also print underscore r, all you just have to do is what, to pass in the array, what's the name, I mean the variable name. Let me call this one out, then save, and then print, refresh. Can you see we are having it here? So let me comment this one out so we don't have, yeah. So this one now is for what, for numbers. So another thing is that you can replace a data inside an array, just like how we usually do for what, normal variables. So in this case, let me just ages. So we are referencing it to be what, if is that we want to change this 30 to another number, this in is indexed to be what, to be 2, no, 1, sorry. So and then you can equate it to another value. Let me say 35 instead, or let me use a very big number like this. So if you should print this out now, if you should print this out and then save, what will you see? Can you see it? It has been replaced. That's how you can replace a value in an array. So another thing is you can add to this array. You maybe you were trying to what, input all the data in the array, and then you forgot to add something else to it. You can also add to the back. So there are two ways at which you can what, to add to it, to this array. So the first way is using, you declare the name ages, and then you just give it a square bracket, empty square bracket, and then you equate it to the new value you want to input. So we have 50 here. Let me turn it to 60, and let me now print ages. Yes. So once I save and then print, just take note of this. Can you see the fourth one now? It's having what, 60. So we've it's more like, since we didn't add anything in this, like there is no number, so it will just what, add this to the back of the array. So another way you can add to it is by using array push. That's a function that comes along with PHP, array underscore push. push, yes, and then we have our brackets. So in this way, you first declare the variable name, which is what ages, and then you add the value that you want to what add to it. So in this case, we've ended it with 60. Now we are adding what 70. Now let's print it out and see what's going to show. Sorry, can you see it has added to it? So now it is 70. So we've replaced it. So another thing is we can count um how many datas that we have in this variable. Yeah, in this variable ages. So instead of the former way we've been doing it, but this time around you make use of what count. You make use of the variable, the function called count, and then you pass in the arguments, which is the variable name, and then you save it this way. So we can echo this out now since it's no longer in form of a string. We can echo the count, and then let me just comment this one out again, and then let's save. Now refresh. Can you see how many are they? There are 6. So what is the count is this to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and since we just added this one, that makes it 5, and then we added this one again, that makes it 6. You get that now? So that is how you can what to count all the values that you have in an array. So another thing is you can join or merge two different arrays together. Yes, you can merge two arrays together. So take a look at this people 1 and people 2. Let's assume that okay, everything that we have here, I want to add it to this variable. We make use of a function, and okay, let me just assign it to we make use of a function called array merge. So this is how it is: array underscore merge, merge. Yes, and then you pass in the arguments. The first one will be the variable name of the first one, and then the second one that you want to join with is separate it with a comma. People 2, PEOPLE. Be careful with your capital letter. So yeah, this we actually call out this what array and then join it with this array, so the two together will be mixed. So we can assign it to a third array to be people 3, and then let's make it equals to this. Can you see now? Now let's echo out people 3. So instead of count, so we are echoing out people 3. So now let's save and see. Okay, sorry. Yeah, we can't echo an array, so what do? We print it out. So to print out is what print underscore r, print readable, print in a readable form. So we have it this way. Can you see it now? So we have Femi, we have Bayo, we have K, and then this is now joined to it Afo and Shegun. So that is how you can join what two arrays together. So in the next video, we'll be talking about what's associative array.